Welcome to Visual Basic Part 2. VB is used to design the front-end application. If we want to connect the database to the front-end application, we should use a special component called the data control. So using data control, the database can be connected to the front-end VB application. So when we go through the file system, the first file and there will be a last file and there will be a set of other files. To access these files, we use the buttons, the first record, the last record, the previous record and the next record. BOF stands for the beginning of the file and EOF stands for the end of the file. Starting from the beginning of the file till the EOF, the end of the file, we are going to process. VB has got two very special predefined dialog boxes. The two dialog boxes are MSG box and input box. MSG box is used to display the message and input box is used to input the value to the VB application. VB has got two components and both MSG box and input box, it follows its own syntax. VB also supports the OOPS, object oriented programming system. So it has the class, members, the template is used, the inheritance concept is used, the polymorphism concept is used, and many more object oriented components are used, and using these things we can design the VB advanced programs in Visual Basic. If the data is more, then it's very difficult to handle at once. So in case if the data is of same data type, then we use a concept called arrays. Array is a group of elements of same data type which is accessed, which is processed using the index. In VB, array is declared in this style: dim array name, in bracket we are going to mention the index of the last element. So here in this example, dim num of 9 as integer, num of 9 in the sense there are total 10 elements. The first index starts from 0 and the last index it ends at 9. Array can be classified into two types. Either it can be the single dimensional array or it can be the multi-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional array, it consists of multiple rows and multiple columns where the numbers can be stored, or the data can be stored and it can be processed easily. Random number generation. To generate the random number, we use a function called RND. So this RND is a function which generates the random number which is more than or equals to 0 and it's always less than 1. VB also supports the menu, SDI and MDI, single document interface and multiple document interface. Whenever we go through VB project applications, wherever we go through VB software applications, there we use multiple forms, and to have a control on this all multiple forms, we use MDI control. So there are different menu can be created, and the sample menu is the file, the open menu, save menu, exit, edit. Under edit we can create some more components such as cut, copy, paste, etc. So VB has got different components. We define the variables, and the variables has got its own limitations. That limitation we call it as scope. It is based on the particular block where it is defined. It depends on the form where it is defined. It depends upon the module where it is defined. So based on this, the scope of the variable is verified. File can be of two types. Either it can be the random access or it can be accessed sequentially. Whenever we go through the sequential access, we use the drive list box. Under drive there will be different directories. The directories are accessed, and inside each and every directory we will find the set of files. So drive list box, directory list box and file list box is used to access the files sequentially. Rgb function, it stands for red, green and blue colors. If we need the various different colors in our VB application, Rgb function has to be used, and every color has got a limitation, the integer value, which ranges from 0 to 255. 0, 0, 0, we get a black color. 255, 255, 255, it generates the white color. SQL stands for the structured query language, which can be classified into the three different types: data definition language, data manipulation language, and the data control language. So under these categories, we have sub queries, such as to create the table, we use create table. If the table is not required, we use drop table. To select the components from this table, we use select statement. So similarly, to insert the records, we use insert, and there are some more commands, the queries, which can be used to handle the database. DLL stands for the data link library. VB also supports the string handling functions. The strings can be processed. For example, strcomp is a function through which the two strings can be compared very easily. Mid is a function. This is used to access the substring of a given string. Len is a function to access the length of the string. Trim to remove the spaces present at the right and left side of a given string. So specifically, if you want to trim the left space, then L trim is to be used, and in case if you want to trim the right space, then R trim has to be used. str reverse is a wonderful function through which the string can be reversed very easily. VB also supports the MCI control, the multimedia control, which has the set of components, which has set of buttons. The previous